I want to say that we have the issue of market. And I believe from where I sit that the best and the most significant form of diplomacy is economic diplomacy. Many of these other things that we sit on the table and discuss counts nothing if you cannot feel as equal partners on the table. And the only thing that makes two countries to sit together is the exchangeables, is the threats that happen in between. This is what can address even the conflict that more than often we see in our region. Because if we can trade, you have something to lose, you'll have something to lose. There is no way you're going to fight your neighbor, because you know also you depending on your neighbor as well as the neighbor is also depending on you. So, but how do we make this work? We need to start having African homegrown institution that will come up with African financial system, for example. Because a lot of time, and not just to the Christian Africans, but everybody else who is in this space, we have opportunities under the AFCFTA today, which is heavily underutilized. Last year, we adopted the AFCFTA Secretariat, finalized on the protocol of youth and women in trade. But I can bet you that very few young people and women are maximizing that opportunity because of lack of trade financing. The other issue there is payment system and all those other infrastructure. It takes you more than 70 days to take your goods, let's say to Nigeria, when in Europe, it will take you less than a month. I'm sure it could even worse for us to take things to Somalia here because of this infrastructure. So we need African institutions, African financing institutions. I'm happy if we have here African Development Bank, African Guarantee. We need to start coming up with financial system that speaks to African culture, speaks to African context, and speaks to African needs, because we are a young continent and we are growing young and younger every day. So this is a challenge that even as we talk about anything else, but how do we trade? It is only this trade, if we enhance it, that will help us solve a lot of conflicts that are happening in the region.